Living with Nousha. I'm Nousha, a former climber of the corporate ladder turned lifestyle entrepreneur. Each week, I'll bring you an inspiring message to support you in designing and creating a vibrant, fulfilling life. Thank you for joining me today. Now let's get started. Hello and welcome to Vibrant Living with Nousha. I'm Nousha, delighted to be here with you today and our special guest, Dr. Rick Chehil. Welcome, Dr. Chehil.
Hi, Nousha. Thank you.
Friends, Dr. Chehil is a GP, a General Practitioner, and he took the traditional route of becoming a medical doctor by going to Dalhousie University in Halifax, Nova Scotia, here in Canada, where he grew up. Although Dr. Chehil's cultural roots are from India, he went through the Western school system to get his medical degree. And what's interesting is over the years, his understanding of what true health is has shifted. And this incorporates some of the Eastern philosophies that are his cultural roots. So today he has a thriving practice in which he incorporates some of the things that he's going to share with us today, incorporating the Eastern and the Western philosophies together to support people in elevating their health. So very excited to have you here, Dr.
Thank you.
Chehil.
Thank you so much.
So let's start with, what is your philosophy of what constitutes optimum health?
I like to look at it in three areas: mind, body, and spirit. Those are the three areas. So if you're in optimal health, your mind, your body, and your spirit are all being taken care of.
Beautiful. And how do we know when it's out of alignment?
I think when you can feel it, you can sense it. I think that if you're not, you can, and it can be present in different ways. It can present as illness, or it can present as just a feeling of discomfort, feeling of unease, just not feeling fulfilled, not realizing your potential. So if those three things aren't aligned, or if those three things aren't being taken care of, then you can sense it.
Yeah. And it's interesting because we hear a lot, friends, about being in the present moment and how that's good for our mind and our peace of mind, really. And so I'm curious, what is the impact of not being present in the long term on our health? Because if we're not present, we're in the past or the future. And does that impact our health, and can it eventually lead to like degenerative diseases, pain, and
I think if you're not in the present, if you are in your past, or if you're thinking about the future, or if you're just in your mind, you're in a different thought pattern, or if you're in a, thinking about, different thoughts and, just ruminating in your mind, I think that what happens then is that the energy's not flowing through your body. And if the energy's not flowing through your body, then, that can potentially lead to, things like illness. And you're also not, I think more importantly is that you're not enjoying the present moment, right? And you're letting that moment pass away. And so, I think that we're given certain moments to live. And if you're not enjoying those moments, and you're not really experiencing those moments, then you're letting life slip by you.
Beautiful. So I love how you touch on the quality of someone's life as well. So it's not just about, having health, but also what's the quality of my life as I enjoy optimum health.
Exactly, yeah. Right now I'm talking to you, but if I'm thinking about something else, I'm letting this moment pass.
Exactly,
right?
Beautiful. Exactly, beautiful example. So it's so interesting, friends. As we all know, the Western medical system is very much based in learning about our physical health, maybe a little bit about the emotional and the mental side of things, but not really about the spiritual side of things. So I'm really curious. Dr. Chehil and I were speaking, and he was sharing that something happened that really expanded your awareness in terms of incorporating the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual as you support your patients. So would love to hear more about how that happened for you, because you were so well trained in the Western medical system.
I think I've always found that there was something missing in my training. I mean, the spirit wasn't really, we weren't really taught about the spirit. But in the way I sort of was introduced to that, as a younger kid, I meditated growing up. But then later on in life, I met my teacher, Matt Adalian, And through her, she was able to, explain to me that there are different different things that are involved in illness, and even for something like as simple as pain, there's not just a physical pain. It's there's also an emotional part to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mental, psychological part, and there's also a spiritual part.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, like things like pain, and enter our lives or appear in our lives for a reason. It's like a life's kind of trying to give us a nudge, trying to tell us that you should look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so interesting. As we were talking, you had this great quote. You said that, pain is there. We don't often look at pain as a way for it to teach us something.
Mm-hmm.
Like pain is there to teach us something. And what an interesting way to approach pain versus the more Western approach, which could be to take something, to get rid of it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, in some like instances, it's just a physical thing. It could be like a sports injury, but in other circumstances, it could be something like life just kind of trying to give you a nudge, trying to tell you you've got to look at this part of your life that you're not looking at, and it keeps on reminding you that you need to look at that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
it's interesting because you had a pain injury yourself,
right?
And that's how you were introduced.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. It's like now that I look back at it over the years, I can see how it's sort of all kind of starting to fit together.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had a ski injury.
Yes.
And I tore my right knee up, and so I was always worried that the knee was going to develop arthritis, and I was like really, really stressed out about it, and I didn't want to end up having to take lots of drugs. And because the drugs have so many side effects,
yes.
Right? So I wanted to. So I was open. I wanted to try and see if I could fix it in a different way.
Yes.
Yeah. And so a friend of mine introduced me to Mata, and at that time she was doing sessions, and I heard that she was a mystic, and so I was open to kind of trying a different way to see how I could deal with my knee.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how the story started.
Yeah, and so what happened? Did it support in the healing of the pain?
Exactly. So when I first went to her, I was I had pain, and then she went into my knee, and we were actually, it was very interesting. She was able to look at my knee.
Yeah.
I was able to breathe into the knee, and she was able to say, well, this energy is being blocked in your knee, and we can release it. And the way we released it was through the breath, and by releasing it through the breath. And then she also explained to me that the pain was there for a reason. It was trying to teach me something about myself that I wasn't looking at. And so she taught me to go further deeper inside the pain and to ask the questions, okay, why is this pain here?
Yeah.
And so I was able to sort of help clear that. So yeah, it's been interesting.
And so after that experience, did you have to go more than once?
No, definitely. I mean, I went through that layer, and I kind of addressed my knee issues.
Yes.
And then, but once that layer was taken away, then more layers
opened up.
So then it wasn't just my knee. Then there was different layers that I had to work with. So yeah, I've been working. It's been 10 years.
Wow, yeah. Wow. And so you're mentioning that Mata is a mystic, right, also known as a Zen Master. And so what was it like working with her? And I know over these 10 years you have also gotten more serious into actually being a practitioner yourself. And friends, this is so exciting because if you are interested and intrigued in the method that Dr. Chehil is speaking about, he is very generously offering a discount for the listeners of Vibrant Living with Nousha, and he is now certified to be doing the same thing. So thank you for that generous offer.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so tell us.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Nice to sort of share this.
Yes, yes, I'm excited
because
too.
It's changed my life.
Yes.
Because every layer that you kind of take away, it allows you to be closer to who you really want to be, right? And you're able to live your potential.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, there's some layers that are painful, and it's not all just joy, but you go through different layers. But as you go through the different layers, you get closer to who you really are.
Yes. Wow. It's such an interesting approach and perspective. And so I know I asked you, what was it like to work with a Zen Master? It's
been very interesting. It's like like she's my teacher, and
Yes.
so obviously I have a lot of love for her.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, sometimes she's, it's not always just love though, you know, she'll also, you know, use her stick once in a while if you're not
Let
paying
you
attention
know.
to let you know that, you know, you need to do these things.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's been a wonderful kind of journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you chose to also learn this method.
Right.
And to apply it now in your practice. So
yes, exactly. I'm starting to, you know, offer it to patients and whoever's open to it.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. I think I'm more excited about this, starting this type of my practice
Yes.
than my actual practice now.
Wow.
Because I see the amount of it's rewarding for myself, and it's also rewarding for the patient.
Yeah, because you went to med school because you had an affinity for people
Right.
and seeing them healthy.
Exactly.
Really. And so, yeah, giving them
Yeah.
drugs is not always the...
I think my mother also wanted me to go to.
Oh, med school. You've
So
created your own med school now.
So I think, you know, that was part of it though.
Yeah.
That was one layer. I've already taken care of that layer.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And so obviously you have an affinity for people and seeing them in their health because you did go through your certification to become a facilitator
Exactly, yeah.
in this method.
Yeah, and you know, it's I did a session. A friend of mine gave me a session yesterday, and it was a great reminder of how powerful this method is.
Yeah.
Because it just, you know, we did the long session, 96 minutes, and at the
Yes.
end of the 96 minutes, you know, I could feel like myself so much lighter,
Yes.
and I could feel there's so much more joy. And
Wow.
whereas before it was like, you know, I was kind of feeling drained. I was
Yeah.
feeling run down.
Yeah.
But after going through that session with my friend, who facilitated me, it was, you know, I went through obviously another layer, and once you do that, your energy starts flowing even more.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
So
so
that's the promise
yeah,
of doing
exactly.
this work
Right.
is that it frees up space.
Energy,
And-
yeah.
And our natural being is vibrancy and health.
Mhm.
This is, friends, as you know, that's what we talk about, Vibrant Living with Nousha, is that it is our birthright, and we are designed to live vibrant, fulfilling lives. And I love how this method takes away those layers that are not us
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
allows, as you're saying, the joy and the vibrancy to flow. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that if you had seen me 10 years before I started
Yeah.
with this work,
Yes.
and 10 years now,
Yeah.
like I feel, although I'm 10 years older,
Yeah.
I feel 20 years better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Although you're technically 10 years,
10 years
older, you feel
for
20 years younger.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So you get closer and closer to really realizing your potential
Yes.
and really living, because most people on this earth, they don't live. They kind of just step, right? They don't really find out who they truly are.
Yes. Yes.
And
Because we're stuck in our old patterns of the
right.
past.
Exactly.
We're worried about the future. And do you find that you're more present because of this?
Definitely.
More
I think
centered?
anytime you do this type of work, I think that it brings you more to your center, brings you more to the moment. Right? Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, Dr. Chehil, you've been such a contribution for elevating health in our community. And I'm really curious, what is your vision, mission moving forward to continue to elevate health on the planet?
My vision was that, and I haven't spoken to a lot of people, some people know about it, but my vision is that there's going to be DM clinics throughout the world. And people are going to be able to go to these clinics just as you can go to a medical clinic. And you're going to be able to go and see a facilitator, and they're going to be able to take you through the process of the Dalhousie method. And by doing that, you're going to become more conscious.
Wow.
Because I think ultimately what we all want is we want more consciousness in the world, right? We want to get rid of the unconscious, replace that with the conscious.
And share with us a little more about what your vision is so powerful and so beautiful about consciousness. Because I feel like right now I'm conscious, but technically 90 to 98% of the things that I'm doing are subconscious. They're not very conscious. And so...
Well, there's certain programs that are running through our body all the time, and we're not even aware of them. And what the Dalhousie method does is that allows us to become aware of these different programs that are running and allows us to remove them.
Wow.
Right?
And that would shift the way our life is.
Right,
It would
exactly.
dramatically shift.
So then all of a sudden, you're living in the moment. You're living how your being wants to live, right? Rather than being programmed a certain way, doing things, and not even being aware that you're doing things.
Like having to go to med school.
Right.
Because
Because I wanted to please my mom. Hi, Mom.
So now it's like a conscious choice. Like
Right.
you've cleared it out. You're like, you know what?
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
consciously re-choosing this for myself.
Right. So the next, I think the next 25 years of my life
Yes.
are going to be living,
For you.
for me, and for, hopefully, spreading this message.
So beautiful. This is powerfully shifting the whole face of the way we look at the medical system. So, wow.
Yeah, and I
Beautiful.
think it can really do a lot of good in the medical system for illnesses like chronic pain, any like depression, addiction, and any type of trauma. Like, so many people have gone through traumatic experiences,
Yes.
and it could be any kind of trauma.
Yeah.
And if that trauma is sitting within your body,
Yes.
it's like, impacting your health. It's impacting your energy.
Yeah.
So you're not living fully. So wouldn't it be great if you had a method that was able to remove that,
Yes.
right?
To clear it out.
To clear it out, and all of a sudden your energy is going to start flowing.
Wow.
You're going to be more creative.
Wow. Wow. So powerful. So powerful.
So I think we're fortunate that we have this Dalian method,
Yes.
and I think it's just going to take over the world.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, friends, again, Dr. Chehil has generously offered a session with him at a discount. So if you are intrigued by his work, do enjoy that. And Dr. Chehil, thank you for carving the time out of your very busy schedule. I know life is very full for you, for being here with us, sharing your story, and also to share your vision of what's possible and the movement that you're a part of to creating more awareness and understanding about how we can heal the pain and the suffering in a very permanent way. So thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Such
It's
a
been
pleasure.
Thank you.
Friends, as always, it's a pleasure to be here with you to have these important conversations about elevating health. And if you can think of anyone that can benefit from hearing about this information, this conversation, then please do invest one moment to share it. The ripple effect is immeasurable. And until next time, be vibrant, be bright. It's your birthright. Now, let's go out there and shine our light. Thank you for investing this time with me on the Vibrant Living with Nousha podcast. I'm so glad that you joined our conversation. If you would take 2 minutes to positively impact someone's life by sharing this episode, that would be wonderful. Please leave us a review by visiting iTunes. Let us know what you enjoy and what you'd like to see more of. It will support us on our journey to causing a worldwide epidemic of vibrant living. Until next time, be vibrant, be bright. It's your birthright. Now, let's go out there and shine our light.